Chapter 23. Crowned with love for this lifetime, Su Wan Ci stifled a yawn. Her eyes watery with sleepiness. Ancestors, can't I adjust to the time difference? Yu Ning gave her a sidelong glance. Don't even try. Who can adjust to a 2-week time difference? Su Wan Ci, as they rode the escalator. Yu Ning glanced around to ensure there weren't many people nearby. Then she leaned in close to Su Wan Ci. In a hushed tone, she teased, honestly, did Li Yu not come home leaving you unsatisfied, leading to emptiness, loneliness, and coldness? Hearing this, Su Wan Ci nearly pushed her off the elevator in frustration. She furrowed her brows and glared at her. Keep your thoughts clean. Stop thinking about all sorts of nonsense. Yu Ning put on an innocent face. I'm just worried that you'll be lonely as a newlywed. Su Wan Ci was too lazy to bother with her. They reached the second floor, and she was about to enter a random store. Yu Ning caught up with her and, pulling out her phone, showed her a list of carefully searched male model agencies, flipping through the profiles of several male models with the most positive reviews. Yu Ning's eyes sparkled. Come on, Wan. Look at these agencies. The quality of each one is great. To avoid her voice being too loud and embarrassing herself in public, Yu Ning practically spoke right next to Su Wan Ci. She slid her finger on the screen while speaking in a low voice. Also, this one and this one. Look at this physique, this face, and these abs. Let me tell you, Wan, the top-tier guys from these agencies must be great. A certain woman got so engrossed in staring at the abs that, in the span of 2 seconds, Su Wan Ci had already walked quite far, looking up for a moment. Yu Ning saw Su Wan Ci's retreating figure and hurriedly followed, running as she spoke. Yu Ning sent a few high-quality pictures to Su Wan Ci's phone. Su Wan Ci was heading towards a bubble tea shop. Before she entered the shop, Yu Ning caught up with her and grabbed her arm, leading her to a clothing store instead. Darling, we're here to buy clothes. How are we going to try them on with 2 cups of bubble tea in hand? Su Wan Ci, it was just Yu Ning's bad luck that, as soon as she pulled Su Wan Ci into the store, they encountered 2 annoying flies. Su Ruke and her follower and Mengting were browsing through clothes. Seeing Su Wan Ci and Yu Ning, they rushed over like flies to honey. Yu Ning was disgusted by these 2 people's presence. But since they were already inside the store, if they turned and left now, others might think they were afraid of these 2. With this thought in mind, Yu Ning treated the 2 as bothersome flies buzzing in her ears. Pointing at a nearby beige trench coat, she asked Su Wan Ci, Wan, this outfit suits you well. Do you want to try it on? Su Wan Ci raised her eyes to take a look, but before she could speak, a soft voice cut in. I'll take this one. Waiter, swipe the card. Su Ruke held a thin card between her fingers, haughty as she looked at Su Wan Ci and Yu Ning. When the staff came over to take the clothes, Yu Ning shot her a fierce glare that made the staff hesitate and stop in their tracks. Turning her head, Yu Ning crossed her arms and coldly curved her lips, taunting. Ranked as the CEO of Fu Corporation, the attitude is indeed different. It's becoming more and more second nature to snatch things away from others. Su Ruke just glanced disdainfully at Yu Ning. She pretended not to hear her mocking and taunting comments. She spun the fingers holding the card in a slow circle, casually tossing the credit card into her bag. She then intentionally extended her right hand, adorned with a shade of crimson nail polish, showing off the sparkling diamond ring on her ring finger. Jingzhou said he can't wait to get married. He just helped his sister pick out the engagement ring yesterday, and the engagement announcement has already been made. We'll be getting married soon. I hope sister can put aside past grudges and come to the wedding for a toast. Wishing us a happy marriage, Yu Ning felt the urge to give this little white flower a slap. At this crucial moment, Su Wan Ci discreetly pressed her hand and looked at the diamond ring on Su Ruhe's hand. She casually raised an eyebrow since my little sister has the ability to make Jingzhou infatuated with her as your elder cousin. I naturally have to attend your wedding and offer my congratulations in person, but Su Wan Ci took a step forward, reaching out to grasp Su Ruhe's wrist. She carefully examined the so-called engagement ring on her hand. This engagement ring of yours looks oddly familiar to me. She lowered her gaze thoughtfully for a couple of seconds before releasing Su Rui's wrist, smiling ambiguously. Su Wan Ci flicked her fingertip, as if she had touched something distasteful. She gazed at Su Ru with a cryptic expression and said, "Little sister, don't blame me for not reminding you. An engagement ring is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You'd better have your Jingju brother buy you a first-hand one." Su Rui's face turned, instantly ugly. She stared at Su Wan Ci, her underlying resentment evident. "Su Wan Ci, what do you mean?" Su Wan Ci seemed to have a hint of pity in her gaze as she looked at her, but her voice turned cold as she spoke. "Did your Jingju brother not tell you that this diamond ring was used by him to propose to me? Last year, when he was abroad?" Su Ru immediately tightened her grip on her fingers, retorting, "That's impossible. This is a ring that Jingju brother personally gave me." Su Wan Ci couldn't help but find her laughable. She pointed to the sparkling diamond ring on Su Rui's finger and said, "It's called Shamk, a new foreign wedding ring. It stands for crowned with love. For this lifetime. Your Jingju brother gave it to me as a proposal ring at my birthday party last year." Seeing Su Rui's face gradually turn pale and unpleasant, Su Wan Ci casually added, "If you still don't believe me, you can take it off and see." The inside of the ring has the initials of my name. Su Rui's right hand instinctively moved. She wanted to take it off and see for herself, but with so many people around, she wouldn't be able to face Su Wan Ci if she did find the initials on the ring. With that thought, she suppressed the urge, unintentionally glancing outside. She happened to see Liu and the rumored girlfriend Ji Tang's figures. Her eyes flashed as Su Wan Ci turned around. Just before Su Wan Ci could turn away, Su Ru took a step forward. Approaching Su Wan Ci, she whispered, "Sister, even if this ring was given to you before, so what? It's in my possession now, and Jingju brother belongs to me." As Liu and Ji Tang's figures approached closer, she jeered, "Sister, you've basked in all the glory since childhood, enjoying everyone's favor. But when it comes to men, you're far behind me. At least, Jingju brother belongs to me, both in the past and the future. And what about you, climbing up the high branch of the Liu family? Can't even hold onto your own man." Su Ru glanced at Su Wan Ci's calm and unruffled expression in the face of her provocation, just as she was about to turn around and ask the staff to wrap up the dress she tried on earlier. Liu Yu walked straight over to Su Wan Ci's side, in full view of everyone. He confidently pulled Su Wan Ci into his embrace, handing out a black card. He directly told the staff, "Pack up that coat.